Hey kids, it's me again. In this video, we're going to answer some exercises on basic annuities. Okay, let's start. Before watching this video, make sure komportable na kayo sa mga time diagrams ng ating basic annuities. Okay? Our Annuity Due, Annuity Immediate, and our Perpetuity. Okay? So, this is the first problem. We are to consider an annuity that pays 1 unit at the beginning of each year for K plus M years. So, that's why I have this time diagram. Okay? So, hanggang K, ito, and then I add M more years. So, that's why we have K plus M years here. Bakit ganito ang itsura ng time diagram ko? Bakit may K? Kasi, if you read the problem, okay, yung valuation date na nire-require dito sa number na ito ay at T equals K. So, dapat, nandyan siya sa time diagram natin. Okay? So, let's write the payments of 1 unit at the beginning of each year. So, ito ang beginning of first year, beginning of second year, okay, and so on. Okay? So, ganito ang itsura ng series of payments of 1 unit ninyo hanggang dito lamang. Okay? If you want to label your time diagram here, this is K plus M minus 1. Now, we're going to get the value of this annuity at T equals K. So, dito ang ating valuation date. Okay? This is a multiple choice question, okay? Kung hindi siya multiple choice, you are allowed in any way you want to get the value of this annuity. Okay, any way you want, okay? But you have to use actuarial symbols. But since this is a multiple choice question, we have to check each of the choices, kung alin dun ang tama at kung alin dun yung mali. So sa letter A, ang ginawa, the symbol, the actuarial symbol used is for an annuity immediate. Okay? Kinuha yung present value ng lahat ng payments na ito. Okay? But since annuity immediate ang ginamit na actuarial symbol, hindi dito ang valuation date na ginamit. Kasi kapag dito, may first payment, annuity due ang gagamitin na actuarial symbol. It's a double dot. At hindi yun yung nakalagay sa letter A. Okay? So, dun sa letter A, ang ginawa, nag-move ng isa pang year. Okay? Dito. Tapos, ito ang ginawang valuation date. Kaya nakakita kayo sa letter A na A angle, ilan lahat to? K plus M. Right? So, nandito yung A angle, K plus M. Nandyan yon. Pero alam natin na hindi dito ang valuation date. You have to carry this amount to this point. So, bubuhatin mo to dito. Okay? And how are you going to do that? Okay? Tingnan nyo, this is the process of accumulating. So, you have to multiply this symbol. Again, itong symbol na ito ay present value ng lahat ng 1 na nakikita nyo dito. So, you were able to carry all the 1 units here to this point. Okay? So, ito ay isang value na nagre-represent para sa lahat ng ito. Okay? Ngayon, this single value, you're going to carry it to time K. And this process is accumulating. So, all you have to do is to multiply this actuarial symbol by 1 plus I raised to kung ilang years ang dadaanan niya. And that is clearly K plus 1. Kasi, kung from time 0 up to K, K years yun. May dinagdag tayong isa dito. So, that's why you multiply this by 1 plus I raised to K plus 1. Okay? So, tama naman yung letter A. Actually, kapag inisa-isa nyo, B talaga yung mali. Okay? So, babalikan natin mamaya si letter B. Let's move on to letter C. Okay? Nakita nyo? S angle K plus 1 plus A angle M minus 1. Ganito naman ang ginawa doon. Again, this is the valuation date. So, bali ang kinonsider doon sa letter C, itong set na ito. And then, nag-relabel ng time diagram. Okay? So, kinonsider ulit itong pagdudusog ng isang taon. So, parang ito yung time 0, ito yung time 1, time 2, time 3, ito yung magiging time K, ito yung time K plus 1. Okay? Kaya nangyari, ito, ang accumulated value nito, you see? 0, 1, 2, 3, up to K plus 1. Ang accumulated value nitong payments na ito ay S angle K plus 1. An annuity immediate payments are made at the end of each year for K plus 1 years. So that's why we have S angle K plus 1. Okay? And then, kinuha naman ang value nito. Okay? At T equals K. Dun sa original natin na timeline. Okay? At T equals K. Okay? So, kung papasin ninyo, or if you want me to relabel the time diagram, ganito naman ang magiging itsura. So, parang, ito yung 0. Again, ito yung i-consider nating timeline. Hanggang dito. Okay? Hanggang dyan. Okay? So, this is time 0. Ito yung time 1. This is time 2. Okay? Dot, dot, dot. Hanggang, ano to? This is M minus 1. Okay? So, it's like an annuity immediate, right? Kasi tingnan nyo, ito ang time 0. Payments are made at the end of each period or at the end of each year. For how many years? M minus 1 years. Di ba? Okay? So, you just imagine the original time diagram. Okay? So, tingnan nyo, at the end of each period, nagkakaroon ng payment for M minus 1 period. So, if I get its present value, diba? Present value at time K. So, ito yung parang time 0. It is A angle M minus 1. Okay? So, that's why C, letter C is also correct. So, kayo nang bahala sa letters D and E. Okay? So, you verify that letters D and E are also correct. Now, for letter B, so let me write letter B here. Okay? Sabi sa letter B, S angle K plus M V raised to M. Diba? Yan yung nasa letter B. Bakit mali ito? Okay? Una, yung S angle K plus M, ito ay accumulated value of series of payments of 1 unit, okay, made at the end of each year for K plus M years. Okay, so let me relabel the time diagram. Okay, so ito yung 0, ito yung 1, ito yung 2, 3, ito yung K, this is K plus 1, okay, ito, K plus 2, this one is K plus 3, okay, dot, 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 ito ay K plus M. Okay? So, nag-relabel tayo kasi kinonsider natin ito. In-adjust natin yung time diagram para magmukha siyang annuity immediate. Okay? So, parang i-disregard ninyo ito. Okay? So, it's like payments are made at the end of each period for K plus M years. So, itong S angle K plus M, nandito siya. Okay? So, nandito yung value na S angle K plus M. Diba ganun kapag annuity immediate? Okay? Yung accumulated value, ginagawa kong nasaan yung last payment. But, alam natin na hindi ito ang valuation date. Dapat, nandito. Dun sa original, ito to, yung color purple. Okay? So, you have to carry this amount to this point. So, you multiply this amount by the discount factor V raised to the number of years na nadaanan niya. Okay? Ilan nga ba? Okay, so that is K plus M minus K plus 1. And you're going to have M minus 1. Ayun, kaya mali ito. Okay? So, dapat M minus 1 yan. Okay? So, sana clear sa inyo yung pagbibilang ng number of periods or number of years, number of months na dinadaanan ng ating discount factor or ng accumulation factor. Okay? Okay. For the second question, we have two annuities here. Annuity X and Annuity Y. And according to the table, for this annuity, okay, payments of 1 unit are made at the end of each year for the first 10 years. So, ito yon. Okay? And then, for the next 10 years, for 11 to 20, okay, 2 naman ang payment amount. So, let's write that. So, ito yung end of the 11th year, end of the 12th year, okay? Ito hanggang dito, end of the 20th year. Hanggang dun yung 2. Okay? Diyan sa time 20. And then finally, series of payments of 1 unit again for the last 10 years. So, kaya 1 dito hanggang dito. Okay? Okay. And then for Annuity Y, ganito naman yung itsura ng series of payments. For the first 10 years, K. Okay? So, at the end of each year. So, ito yung end ng first year, end ng second year, and so on. Hanggang dito. Yan yung end of 10th year. Right? Tapos, for the next 10 years, wala. 0 ang annuity payment. So, wala. Wala na kayong ilalagay. Okay? And then, for the last 10 years, so, ibig sabihin, end of the 21st year up to the end of the 30th year, K units ulit ang payment. So, that's why, saan ko ilalagay yung unang K? Dito. Dito. Sa T equals 21. Okay? Ito yung end of the 21st period or 21st year. Okay? So, hanggang dito. Okay? Now, yung present value daw ng dalawang to ay pareho. Okay? And then, we're going to determine the value of K given that V to the 10, okay, is equal to 1/2. Yeah, I know. V is equal to 1 plus I raised to negative 1. But you don't really have to compute for I here. Okay? With this value, okay, you can find the value of K. Kasi makikita mo yung mga expression in terms of V to the 10. So, all you have to do is to replace it by 1/2. So, let us set up the present value of this annuity and the present value of this annuity. Okay? So, we may want to write a PV sub X. Okay? It's the present value of this annuity is equal to the present value of the other annuity or the annuity Y. Alright? So, ang ginawa ko, ginroup-group ko na lang ito. Okay? Ganyan. Okay? So, kunyari, itong first 10 payments of 1 unit, kapag kinuha ko ang present value nitong unang 10 to, it is equal to 1, this is the payment amount, times A angle 10. Yeah? Okay, using I as the effective rate of interest. Okay? So, A angle 10 yan. 1 times A angle 10. Dito yon. Okay? It's an annuity immediate. Now, if we move to the second group, o diba? It's still an annuity immediate because payments are made at the end of each period. Now, if I write, so plus, kasi another set of payments. So, if I write 2, A angle 10, kasi 10 payments of 2 units lang naman yan. Okay? Itong value na to, okay, nasa T equals 10 pa lang yan. Okay? Nandyan pa lang to. Kasi if you rename the time diagram like this, ganito parang ito yung gagawin mong 0, tapos ito yung 1, ito yung 2, tapos ito yung 9, ito yung 10, tapos disregard mo to. Like that. Diba? So, of course, i-disregard mo lahat ng other payments. Doon lang tayo magfocus sa 2. Diba? It looks like a time diagram for an annuity immediate. Right? Ito yung time 0. Tapos, payments are made at the end of each period. So, that's why we have 2A angle 10. Present value at this point. Okay? Binuhat natin lahat ng 2 na ito. Okay? Pero, we are getting the present value of the annuity X. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, we need to carry this to dito. Okay? Kailangan i-carry natin yan to time 0. So, this process is discounting. So, it means that we need to multiply this by V raised to 10. Kasi 10 years yung dadaanan niya. Okay? And then lastly, okay, etong last set of 1 unit. Okay? So, again, this is 1 times A angle 10. Okay? So, kapag ni-rename ninyo yung time diagram, okay, saan magpo-fall ito? Anong value ng T? Dito. Okay? Nandito siya. Okay? Binuhat mo lahat ng 1 unit dito sa time na ito. Okay? And then, after carrying all the 1 units here, so that's why we have A angle 10, okay? Kailangan buhatin nyo yan to time 0 again. Okay? At paano ginagawa yon? By multiplying this by V raised to 20. Okay? Kasi 20 periods na, ito to, 20 periods na yung dadaanan niya. Alright? Okay, hindi ko na iisa-isahin itong annuity Y ha. It should be clear that ganito ang itsura ng kay Y. Ganun din, itong unang set ng K, what are you going to have? K, A, angle 10. Right? And then for the second set of K, it is still K, A, angle 10. Okay? Pero ito, nandito pa lang siya. Okay? So, kung nalilito kayo, magre-label kayo ng time diagram. Ganito yon. So, tanggalin nyo to. Ito yung gawin yung 0. Ito yung 1. Ito yung 9. Ito yung 10. Okay? So, magmumukha na siyang annuity immediate with payments of K units at the end of each period for 10 periods. Okay? So, that's why, kapag kinuha natin ang present value ng lahat ng yan, you're going to have this. Pero yun nga, the valuation date is at time 0. So, you have to carry this amount, ito, to time 0. How? You multiply that by the discount factor raised to ilang periods ang dadaanan niya? 20. So, you have V raised to 20. Okay? Let's have another problem. Okay? Richard and Raymond have equal amounts of money to invest. Okay? Si Raymond, okay, purchases a 10-year annuity due, okay, with annual payments of 2,500 each. So, what is an annuity due again? Payments are made at the beginning of each period. So, ganito ang itsura ng payments of 2,500 kay Raymond. So, ito, 2,500, 2,500, okay? So, gaano or hanggang saan yung payments of 2,500? Hanggang dito. Okay? This is the beginning of the 10th year. Okay? This annuity is valued at I equals 8%. Okay? Ngayon, isipin ninyo ang equation of value. Okay? Ito yung matatanggap ni Raymond. Okay? Ano yung nilabas niyang pera? Okay? Para matanggap niya ito. Di ba ganun yung equation of value? Perang nilabas equals perang papasok. And they should be valued at the same comparison date or valuation date, right? Okay, so of course, ang valuation date na pipiliin na lang natin ay time 0. Okay, so back to my question, magkano ang nilabas na pera ni Raymond para matanggap niya itong 2,500 at the beginning of each year? Okay? Actually, hindi natin alam. Okay? Alam lang natin na si Raymond at si Richard, they have equal amounts of money to invest. Since hindi natin alam, we can let that be X. Okay? So, yung perang ilalabas ni Raymond ay X. Okay? Ilalabas na yan, of course, at time 0 kasi ibibili niya yan nung 10-year annuity due. Right? Pagkabili niya, so ito yung perang nilabas niya, ito yung value at time 0, equal yan sa perang papasok sa kanya. At valued at time 0. So, ito yung mga perang papasok sa kanya. You have to value all these amounts to time 0. And you know that this is an annuity. Okay? So, we are just getting the present value of an annuity due. So, that's why the setup looks like this. A double dot angle 10, right? Using I equals 8%. Okay? And then, from this setup, you are going to get the value of X. Okay? So, ganito mag-evaluate nito, ha? Okay? So, kayo na ang bahala dun sa calculator part. Okay? So, ganito yan. 2,500, okay, times 1 minus V to the 10, yeah, pero your V is 1 plus I. So, you have 1.08 raised to negative 10. Ito yan. 1 minus V to the 10, okay, over, ano yung annuity due? Over D. Okay, I'm going to write D in terms of I na rin, para diretsong substitute kayo. D is equal to I over 1 plus I. So, in the denominator, you're going to have this. Yan. Okay? So, you have to use your calculator and get the value of X. The value of X is 18,117.21978. Okay? Okay. Now, we move on to Richard's investment. Okay. Kay Richard, iba naman. Okay? Gamit itong perang to, okay, this X, okay, inilagay niya muna yan sa bank. Okay, for how many years? 2 years. And that savings account earns 9% annual effective rate of interest. So, kumbaga, nandito si X, nilagay niya sa bangko for 2 years. At dun sa 2 years na yon, nag-earn yung money niya ng 9%. Okay? And then, after 2 years, okay, so ibig sabihin, itong X na to, nag-grow na ito. Ayan o, what is this process? Accumulating, right? So, nag-grow na yung X mo. To what amount? Ganito. Let me write here. X times 1.09 squared. Right? Okay? Compounding. And then, anong ginawa niya sa perang to? Pinambili niya ng 15-year annuity immediate with annual payments of Z. So, kung si Raymond, binili niya na kaagad ng annuity due, okay, at time 0 with payments of 2.5, si Richard, ilagay niya muna sa bank, so mas lumaki yung pera niya, and then, pinambili niya ng 15-year annuity immediate with payments of Z. Okay, kung 15 siya, okay, nandito na kayo ngayon, okay, nandito yung, parang ito yung time 0, yan, tapos ito yung time 1, time 2, okay, parang ganon, okay, so, what could be the value of T here? It should be, what? It should be 2 plus 15, okay, so, 17 dito, okay, tapos ito, 16, Okay? So, pag nilabel nyo, ito ay 0, 1, 2. Ito yung 14, 15. Okay? Okay. Nasaan yung first payment of Z? Okay? This is an annuity immediate. So, payments are made at the end of each period. So, kung ito ay time 0, ang end ng first period nandito. Okay? So, nandito yung unang payments of Z. At tuloy-tuloy na yon hanggang what? Hanggang t equals 17. Alright? Okay. And then, to finally get Z, kailangan nyo ulit isipin ang equation of value. Okay? So, ano yung equation of value? Perang nilabas equals perang papasok. And you have to value them at the same comparison date. Okay? So, magkano ba ang nilabas ni Richard? Okay? Para mabili itong Z na to. Ito. Okay? Naglabas si Richard ng X times 1.09 squared. Right? Yan yung nilabas niya. Okay? Oh, by the way, I'm using t equals 2 as the valuation date. Okay? Yan yung best valuation date. Para yung perang ilalabas ni Richard, yun na yung value niya. You don't have to multiply it by any factor. Okay? Next, this is equal to, ano naman yung matatanggap ni Richard kapalit nito? Okay? Itong 15 Z na ito. And that is an annuity immediate. So, that's why you write Z, A, angle, 15. Okay? Ano yung I na gagamitin natin? According to the problem, itong annuity na ito ay valued using I equals 8% also. Okay? So, I is equal to 8%. Okay? So, you know the value of X. Ayan, no? Okay? So, wala na kayong problema sa left-hand side. Okay? Tapos, i-evaluate ninyo ang A angle 15 using I equals 8%. So, mag-practice kayo nun, ha? Okay? Nung pag-evaluate ng mga A angle 15, A double that angle 10, yung mga ganon. Alright? And then, you will eventually get the value of Z. Okay? Since this is the final answer, diba? Z naman talaga ang pinapahanap. Okay? Please round this to 4 decimal places. Exactly 4 decimal places. Z is equal to 2,514, okay, 0.7640. Okay? Okay, let's have this purple minion problem. Okay? So, a purple minion plans to make 20 annual deposits of 100 each into a fund in order to accumulate a target amount of K on the date of the last deposit. Okay, so gusto niya, dun sa last deposit niya, kapag in-accumulate natin lahat ng yan, mag-i-equal sa K. Dito ko na lang ilalagay, ha? Ayan. Okay? Mag-accumulate sa K using I equals 5%. So, clearly, with this timeline, we can get the value of K, right? So, again, para siyang equation of value. Tingnan nyo. Naguhulog si purple minion. So, ito yung mga perang lumalabas kay purple minion. Okay? And then, after ng mga perang lumabas sa kanya, ano naman yung papasok na pera sa kanya? Itong K. Yan yung makukuha niya. Right? Okay, what is the best valuation date in this problem? T equals 20. Okay? So, kasi accumulated value itong K. So, para hindi na natin i-value yan to time 0. So, lahat na lang, buhatin natin to time 20. If we do that, what do we have? Okay? So, yung perang papasok kay purple minion is K. So, let's write K here. Okay, yan yung perang papasok. Valued at T equals 20. Let me write. Okay? So, ito yung perang papasok kay purple minion. Ano naman yung perang lalabas Ito. Kasi ihuhulog niya to. Alright? So, anong value nito at time 20? So, this is an annuity immediate. Okay? So, you write equals 100 S angle 20. Diba? Ganyan. This is how we write the accumulated value of an annuity immediate. Using I equals 5%. Okay? So, very clear na you can get the value of K, yung target amount na gusto ni Purple Minion. Okay? So, please mag-practice, mag-evaluate ng mga actuarial symbol. Okay? So, you will get K equals 3,306.59541. Now, there is a problem, okay? After making 5 deposits, okay, hindi nag-earn yung fund ng 5%. Okay? Ang ina-earn lang ng fund is 4%. So, mas mababa doon sa ine-expect niya. So, sabi ni Purple Minion, kailangan daw niyang i-increase yung deposits niya. Okay, kasi pag hindi niya ginawa yun, kapag ni-retain niya na 100, tapos 4% pa rin yung rate of interest, hindi niya ma-achieve yung target K niya. Okay? So, to be able to achieve his target K, okay, so kailangan i-increase niya yung amount. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na 100 yung mga remaining deposits niya. I-increase daw niya to X. Okay? So, you expect an answer higher than 100. Okay? And, according to the assumption, kapag ganyan ang ginawa niya, and assuming that I is still 4%, ma-achieve na ni Purple Minion yung target amount K niya, or this amount. Now, we set up a new equation. Okay? Kasi, magbabago na yung series of payments. Okay? We have here 5,100 and then 15 na X. Okay? We try to accumulate these values here. Okay? Using I equals, hindi na ito. Okay? Using I equals 4%. Okay? At ang accumulated value nun ay equal din sa K. Okay? Let's do it. So, again, still, the valuation date is at T equals 20. Okay? So, K pa rin ang gagamitin ko. Ayan, K. Ito yung target amount ni Purple Minion. Okay. Now, we get the value of these payments. Yung 100, 5,100, so, ganito siya, 100 S angle 5. Right? Pero, itong 100S angle 5, dapat clear sa inyo yan na nandito pa lang kayo. At T equals 5. Diba? Itong value na to, nandito pa lang siya. So, you need to carry it to time 20. Right? And how are you going to do that? By multiplying this value by an accumulation factor. So, that is 1 plus I raised to ilang years ito? 15. Okay? Don't forget, ang gagamitin yung I ay 4% na. Alright? Okay. Hindi pa dyan tapos. Okay? Kasi meron pang other amounts. So, plus, yung X naman, kapag vinalue ko yan to time 20, it is simply S angle 15. Using I equals 4%. So, this is the setup. Okay, so it's up to you to evaluate this. Using this value for K, okay, and then I is equal to 4%. S angle 5, that's equal to 1 plus I raised to 5 minus 1 all over I. Okay? So, ganun din dito. I-evaluate nyo rin ito. Okay? And then, using your calculator, you will get X equals, again, this is the final answer. So, mag-practice na kayo, round your final answer to 4. Exactly 4 decimal places. So, X is equal to 116.4200. Alright? Okay, I noticed that wala tayong examples on perpetuities. So let me give you 2 examples in this video. Okay? So first example, at a nominal rate of interest I, convertible semi-annually, the present value of a series of payments of 1 unit at the end of every 2 years is 5.89. Calculate I. Okay? So, if we have this time diagram, the series of payments of 1 unit is like this. Okay? Dito yung end of the first 2-year period. Okay? Ito yung end ng second 2-year period. Ito yung first year, second year. Okay? Third year, fourth year. Okay? Tapos dito ulit. Ganyan. Okay? Now, sabi dito, your I is the nominal rate of interest convertible semi-annually. Okay? So, pwede yun sa question pampalito na akala nyo yung I, that's the effective rate of interest. Pero dito sa problem na ito, yung I, sabi dyan, that's the nominal rate of interest convertible semi-annually. Well, para hindi kayo malito, pwede namang i-cross nyo yan, tapos ilagay ninyo ito. Okay? Para alam nyo na ito yung pinapahanap sa problem. Kasi sabi sa problem, calculate I. Okay? And your I is the nominal rate of interest convertible semi-annually. Okay? So, ito yung hahanapin natin sa problem na ito. Okay? Now, I want you to recall how to get the present value of a perpetuity immediate. Sige nga. Let's recall dito. Okay? Recall. Anong present value ng isang perpetuity immediate? Di ba ganyan yung notation natin? Okay. Sige nga. It is simply 1 over I. Okay? Sige nga, ano tong I na to? This is the effective rate of interest per period. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung gamit ang time diagram na ito, okay, ang present value nito, okay, is equal to 1 over, I'm going to use J instead. I'm not going to use I kasi parang ito reserved na for an annual effective rate of interest. So, I'm going to use J. Sige nga, saan equal yung J? This should be the effective rate of interest per what? Per 2-year period. Right? Kasi every 2 years yung payments. Okay, so saan equal si J? This is equal to I upper 1/2 over 1/2. Tapos, alam natin na the present value of this annuity or this perpetuity immediate is 5.89. Okay? So, we can just write 5.89 is equal to 1 over J. Okay? Tapos, masasolve natin si J dito. Okay? So, J is equal to 1 over 5.89. It's up to you kung gusto nyo pa itong i-evaluate. Yung 1 divided by 5.89. Okay? Pero, kailangan alam niyo na hindi pa ito yung hinahanap ninyo. Ano ba yung hinahanap natin? Ito. The I upper 2. Okay? And take note that J is equal to ito. So, you have to recall the relationship between I upper 2 and I upper 1/2. Madali lang. Ito 1 plus I upper 2 over 2 raised to 2. This is equal to 1 plus I upper 1/2 over 1/2 raised to 1/2. Okay? So, ito lang. Isa-substitute nyo lang yung J equals 1 over 5.89 dito. Okay? equal yan sa 1 over 5.89. Okay? And then, using your calculator, please find the value of I upper 2. Okay? You should be getting, okay, using 4 decimal places, should get 0.07. Oh, it's 0.0800. Okay? Kasi ang makukuha nyo talaga, let me write. Ang makukuha nyo talaga is 0.079964762. Yan. Okay? So, pag i-round off natin to 4 decimal places, it becomes 0.0800. Alright? Okay, let's have another example on perpetuities. Okay, down to our last example. A perpetuity due, okay, pays X per year. So, perpetuity due at the beginning of each year. So, dito, so, walang katapusan yun kasi perpetuity. Okay? Mamaya, makikita nyo bakit ang daming label nung time diagram natin. Okay? Magkukontinue lang yan. Okay? Next, Margo will receive the first N payments. So, nasan yung first N payments? Encircle natin. Ito yung first N payment. So, i-label natin yan. Ito ay kay Margo. Okay? Then, the next N payments will be received by Agnes. Okay? Nasaan yung next N payments? So, to hanggang dito. Okay? Don't be confused ha. Kasi, baka isipin nyo, bakit ganun? Hanggang dito lang, N-1 lang to. Okay? Tandaan nyo, nag-start yan at time 0. Okay? So, kumbaga, kung ito ay first payment, second payment, ito ay pang N-1 na payment, pero may isa pa dun. So, N-1 plus 1, N payments ito. Okay? Ganun din dito, hanggang 2N-1 lamang. Okay? And then, finally, yung last payments, yung remaining payments, which is a perpetuity pa rin, matatanggap naman ni Edith. Okay? So, let me write Agnes here. Tapos ito kay Edith. Okay? Sabi dito, Margo's share of the present value of the original perpetuity is 40%. Calculate Edith's share. Okay. So, baka i-argue nyo dito na, since si Margo, N payments ang na-receive niya at ito ay 40%, si Agnes, N payments din ang natagap niya. So, ibig sabihin, 40% din to of the original perpetuity. So, therefore, 40 plus 40, so that's 80, 20% yung kay Edith. Okay? That's wrong. Why? Because they received their N payments of X at different times. Okay? Magkaiba nauna si Margo. Okay? So, malamang mas malaki ang value nung kay Margo kasi nauna niyang nakuha yung series of payments of X niya compared kay Agnes. Okay? So, ngayon, how do we get the percentage of Edith's share? So, ganito yon. Okay. Sige nga. Can you give me the present value of the original perpetuity? Okay? So, O na lang. Original perpetuity. It is equal to X over I, right? This is the effective rate of interest per year. Okay. Sige nga, ano naman ang present value ng kay Margo? Okay, oops, sorry. This problem is an annuity due. So, this should be like that. X over D. Right? Okay. And then, the present value of Margo's share is, di ba? N payments made at the beginning of each year. Okay, so that is X, A, double that, angle, N. Right? Okay. What about the present value of the payments received by Agnes? Okay? So, if you write XA double dot angle N, kasi N payments din ito, right? Okay. Pero, itong XA double dot angle N, ito ay vinalue saan? At time N. Okay? Nandito pa lang siya. Okay? Kailangan yung i-carry to time 0. Okay? Para mapag-compare natin yung mga amounts. Dapat nasa isang comparison date sila or valuation date. Okay? So, we multiply this by V to the N. Okay? And then lastly, how do you get the present value of the payments received by Edit? So, kita nyo, it's a perpetuity. So, we have X over D. Right? Pero, this one is valued at time 2N. Nandito pa lang siya. Yeah? Okay, ito yung first payment niya, second payment. So, at the beginning of each period or each year. Okay? So, ganyan. But you have to carry this to time 0 again. So, you multiply this by V to the 2N. Alright? Okay. So, gamitin natin yung given. Sabi dito, yung share daw ni Margo, eto, is 40%. So, let me write here. This one is equal to 40% of the original perpetuity. So, ito yung original perpetuity natin. X over D. Okay? Ito, oh. Okay? Kinopya ko lang doon. Okay? So, I think from here, may masosolve tayo dito. Okay? So, let's do it. Magka-cancel na yung mga X. Right? Tapos, yung A double dot angle N, this is written as what? 1 minus V to the N over D. It's equal to 0.4 over D. Okay? Dito na lang. 1 over D. Okay? So, kita nyo, magka-cancel din yung D. So, we have here V to the N equals 0.6. Right? Okay, you know, lipat nyo to sa kabila. 1 minus 0.4, it's 0.6. So, gagamitin natin ang value na ito. Okay? In getting the percentage of Edit's share. Nasaan ba yung kay Edit? Ito. Okay? So, parang ganito. This is equal to, o pwedeng ganito na lang, ganyan na lang. You do not know the percentage of the original perpetuity. Kung gaano kalaki yung share niya. Kita nyo? Okay? So, parang Edit's share is blank % of the original perpetuity. Okay? So, kita nyo, magka-cancel lang naman yung X over D. So, ibig sabihin yung percentage share niya is equal to V to the 2N. So, ibig sabihin, saan equal yun? V to the 2N is equal to V to the N squared, which is equal to, what is V to the N? 0.6. Okay? Squared. So, the answer is 0.36. Okay? So, kayo nang bahala mag-isip kung anong gusto nyong gawin dito. Kunyari, gusto nyong gawing Y. Okay? Yan. So, Y is equal to 0.36. So, you say Edit's share is 36% of the original perpetuity. Okay? So, that's it. I hope you learned something from this video.